Aloha, everybody. Welcome to today's Haleo Malleola presentation. Today we have our Health Corner presented by me. My name is Walker, and I will walk you through this amazing presentation that the American Heart Association has helped put together for us. Today we are doing Exercise Food Label Smarts Part 2. So if you remember last week, we went over a little bit of what a food label is. And today we are going to go a little bit deeper and get some practice reading them. So we'll start by rewatching last week's video.
Learning how to read and understand food labels can help you make healthier choices. Here's the current and new nutrition label. The serving information tells the size of a single serving and the total number of servings per container or package. It's important to pay attention to the calories per serving and how many servings you're really eating. If you double the servings you eat, you double the calories and nutrients. We want to limit saturated fat, trans fat, sodium levels, and added sugars. Note, added sugars are now displayed on the new label. For a balanced diet, we need dietary fiber, protein, calcium, iron, vitamins, and other nutrients daily. Percent daily values tells us the percent of each nutrient in a single serving in terms of the daily recommended amount. As a guide, when we want to consume less of a nutrient, choose foods with a lower percent daily value of 5% or less. If we want to consume more of a nutrient, we can look for foods with a higher percent daily value, such as 20% or more. We may need to eat less or more than 2,000 calories depending on our age, gender, activity level, and whether we're trying to lose, gain, or maintain weight. Your healthcare provider can help you figure out how many calories you need.
Awesome. Now we'll go over a little bit more of what we talked about last week. Can anyone remember what a calorie is? Can you raise your hand if you want to answer? What does a calorie tell us? What is a calorie? Shelly. Do you see the unmute popping up on your screen, Shelly?
A calorie is
What you need help with?
a calorie is when you gain weight.
Oh, close. Very close. We'll talk about that in a second. Does anyone else have something to add to that? Barbara, what's a calorie?
Fat calories.
What you put? Tell him.
Broccoli.
No, tell him what a calorie is.
Bad foods.
What you put in your body.
What is it, Barbara? Say again.
Bad foods. Broccoli.
Close. Does anyone else want to add something? Nope. All right. Well, you were all very, very close. A calorie measures how much energy a food has, right? Because we eat food to give our bodies energy and nutrients, and a calorie tells us how much energy is in the food we eat. Food is our body's fuel. So the more calories a food has, the more energy it gives our bodies. So what do y'all think has more calories, a candy bar or a carrot? Can anyone raise their hand and tell me? Nicole? Nikki Wayne? Nope, Nicole Kelly.
Yeah, okay, it's like eating greasy foods, but when we were talking about it's bad calories. That's cake, candies, cookies. But fuel is a good fat. It's like it gives some fruits, vegetables, grains.
Oh, kind of.
Yep.
Do you can you tell me which food has more calories, a candy bar or a carrot?
Has more calories. I say that was candy bar.
Yes, good job. Awesome. All right, let's try again. Let's do another practice one. Can anyone tell me what has more calories, a hamburger or a salad? Gabriel?
Salad.
The salad has more calories?
Yeah.
Ah, not quite. Chantel, do you want to help Gabriel out?
Calorie is in cake.
The cake.
Yeah, cake get too much calorie.
All right, but which food has more calories, a hamburger or a salad?
Hamburger.
Hamburger. Good. Usually. Now, what if I said it was a salad with a whole lot of ranch dressing?
That's way too much calorie.
That's way too much, and so it'll have more calories, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Good job, everyone. Does anybody know what happens if we eat more calories than we use to move around? What happens when we eat more calories than we use? What do our bodies do? Does anyone know? Shelly, what do our bodies do?
Injure your hip.
What do they do?
Injure your hip.
They go to your hips. That's very, very close. And
Yes.
that's not wrong, but I want someone to word it a little bit differently. Can anyone help me out? How about, I saw Brandon, you have your hand up.
There you go.
Come on.
What was the question again?
What happened to your body if you plenty calories?
Does anybody know what happens when we eat, when we eat more calories than we use?
You lose your fat.
Yes,
right?
our bodies try to store that energy and turn it into fat, right?
Yeah.
So our bodies store that energy for us to use later. So we're using that energy for when, or we're saving that energy for when maybe we aren't able to eat enough or we don't eat enough, right? Awesome. Good job, everybody. How do our, well, we just answered that. How do our bodies store that energy? They store it as fat. Good job, Brandon. Good job, Shelly. And depending on our bodies and who we are, our bodies can store that fat in different places, right? So Shelly talked about it being stored in our hips. That's a common place. It can also be stored in our bellies, right? Awesome. Now, as we talked about, the fat is the energy that our body saves for later. It's there so that we don't starve. So fat is actually very, very important for us, right? Because we're not eating all the time. And when you're not eating, your body is using your fat. So what happens when we don't eat enough calories? Can anyone tell me? Let's see, someone we haven't heard from. What happens when we don't eat enough food for how much we burn? Yes. Someone over here at Kalima.
What happens if you don't have enough calories? I got it. So there's some, I got it.
What happens if you don't eat in first? What is your name again?
What?
Can you move a little bit closer to your camera so I can hear you better? Thank you.
Say your name. Eva.
Eva, and what happens if your body doesn't eat enough calories?
You supposed to be diet.
You what?
Diet.
You won't have enough energy.
Yeah.
Right, you won't have enough energy. So where is our body going to get that energy? Do you know?
From our muscles.
Muscle.
From our muscles, and one other place. The place
Yeah.
we just talked about. Our fat, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Good job, Eva. Our bodies will use our fat as fuel instead. And this is how exercise burns fat, right? Because if we exercise, we're using more energy. We're using a lot of energy. And when we don't eat enough for all the exercise that we do, our bodies actually start to use our fat. Now that we've gone over a lot more depth on calories and kind of what they mean for our bodies, let's go over some food label practice, okay? All right, so here's a practice food label to the left. Can someone tell me how many calories are in this food per serving? Raise your hand if you know how. Just look at this nutrition label. Kyle. Oh, you're on mute. There we go. Yep.
240 calories.
Awesome. Good job, Kyle. That is exactly right. As you can all see, the 240 calories here. It's the biggest number. It's really big. It's really bold. And that is the amount of calories per serving. Now, how many servings are in this food? Can anyone raise their hand and tell me? Look all over this nutrition label and tell me how many servings are in this food. Gilbert, can you tell me?
It says it's 4 servings per container.
Awesome. Good job, Gilbert. Yes, there are 4 servings per container. That means this one packaging of food that we have here, this mystery food, has 4 servings in it. That means you can have 4 whole servings in this entire package. Now here is a slightly harder one. How many calories are in this food's entire package, the whole container, all right? And I'll give you a hint. You have to multiply the calories by the number of servings. It's a little bit of math. If you have a calculator, you can feel free to use it. If you can do that without a calculator, that's awesome. I see a lot of people put in 1/2 of a cup for the servings answer. That's the size of a serving, not how many there are. We'll go over that in a little bit. But before we do, who can tell me how many calories this whole package has? Let me scroll through here. I see Shelly has her hand up. Brandon has his hand up. All right, let's go Shelly and then Brandon.
$240.
That's how many calories are in one serving. Good
Yeah.
job. How many are in the whole container?
The whole container is 240.
So you have to take that number, that 240, good job, and you have to multiply it by the number of servings. Let's see if Brandon can help us out with that. Brandon. Oh. Brandon, you are on mute. Can you unmute?
208?
208? No,
Yeah,
that's
that's what it says.
That's how many grams are.
Like over here. Right there?
You have to do a little bit of math on this one. Okay, I know this is a lot of math.
Yeah.
I'll run through how we do it. Oh, someone else raised their hand. Gabriel. Gabriel, do you know?
Well, 49 is 49,920.
Say again?
Well, I calculate for this. Well, I calculated it. Well, I plus
So when say again?
I calculated 240 times 208.
Oh, that's a big number. We don't multiply it by 208. We multiply it by the number of servings, which is 4. Eva, can you jump in?
I know, 960.
960. Good job. Good job, Eva. Yes, because 240 is the number of calories in each serving, and we have 4 servings total, right? So 4, this number right here, this little number hidden right up the top, times the really, really big number, 240, is how many calories are in the whole box. So if I were to eat a whole box of cereal at once, I'd have to do the number of calories in that box of cereal, or in each serving of that box of cereal, and multiply it by the number of servings. And in one box of cereal, there are a lot of servings, sometimes like 20. So if I eat a whole box of cereal, that's a lot of calories. Oops. Now, on to the next one. How much protein is in each serving of this food? Who knows where to find that? How much protein is in each serving? Let's see if anyone we haven't called on yet knows. Nikki and Noi, are you okay to answer this one?
11.
11 grams of protein. Good job, good job, good job. Awesome. Now, Nikki, can you tell me how many, I wrote that wrong. How much protein is in the entire package of food? So we take the, how much protein is in each serving, and we multiply it by how many servings we have, right? So how much protein do we have in each serving? Oops. You're sorry. I just unmuted you. There we go.
44.
44. Good job. Good job. We have 44 grams of protein in that whole package. Amazing job. Thank you so much, Nikki. Awesome. Awesome. Good. So anytime you want to calculate how much is in an entire package of something, you have to remember to multiply it by how many servings are in each package. Because especially for sweet food or snack food or junk food, as some people call it, companies will try to make super, super small serving sizes to make it look like there's less sugar or there are less calories in food, right? And so they can be a little bit tricky, but if you can do that little bit of math, you can stop them from tricking you. Awesome. That's it for today's presentation. Thank you all so much for playing along and answering all those amazing questions for me. As always, if any of you have any health questions, Halio-Malleola questions, incentive questions, or even song requests for our dance parties on Friday, you can email me. Again, my name is Walker, and my email is ha@sohawaii.org. I promise I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I can't wait to hear from you, and please, please, please send through your questions and your song requests. The dances are better when we have your song requests, right? Because y'all pick the music, and that's more fun. And of course, we will see you on Wednesday for our stretch and resistance workout hosted by me. That's right. I will be leading a workout again. It has been a long time since I've led one for us. I think almost a whole year. The ID for that is 815-3406-5939. And that'll be Wednesday, December 15th at 3:30 p.m. We're going to have a blast. I promise. It's going to be fun. We're going to do some stuff we haven't done yet. Yeah, it'll be awesome. And thank you all so much for coming today.